Stuti, Honorable Ponnambalam. Wait. You are in the list.
Honorable Speaker, on the 12th of September 2021, in the late evening at or about 6 p.m., the then State Minister for Prison Management and Prisoners Rehabilitation Affairs had entered the Anuradhapura prison complex using the fact that he was the concerned subject minister and had insisted that the Tamil political prisoners detained under the Prevention of Terrorism Act be brought before him. The prison authorities had gone on to produce 10 Tamil PTA prisoners, 9 PTA suspects who have legal action pending, and 1 individual convicted under the PTA. The said individual had ordered all 10 Tamil prisoners to degradingly kneel before him, and whilst brandishing a firearm, presumably his personal firearm meant for his personal protection, had loudly announced that when he was appointed to the said portfolio, he obtained the power, and I quote, to shoot or free, unquote, the prisoners. He had threatened us, saying that such was the power he has. In the course of these events, the said individual had become uncontrollably agitated and had gone on to place his firearm repeatedly to the head and bodies of 2 prisoners who had abusively stated that he can shoot them all dead on the spot. The said individual's state of agitation was such that the prison authorities and his own security detail, who till then chose to be bystanders, had attempted to pacify the now uncontrollable and hysterical man, fearing the worst. One can just imagine the severe state of trauma the prisoners were in. It was after much effort that the individual was eventually removed from the prison premises. After confirming from several first-hand sources, I chose to tweet from my personal Twitter handle confirming the above stated events on the night of the 14th of September 2021, and I subsequently followed the tweet with a press conference on the 15th of September 2021, followed by a visit to the Anuradhapura prisons on the 16th of September 2021, along with my colleague Honorable Selvaraja Gajendran, by which we were able to further confirm the stated events. A couple of hours after I held a press conference confirming the said individual's illegal and criminal actions, none other than the Presidential Media Division issued a press release at 1:50 p.m. on the 15th of September 2021 stating that, and I quote, Lohan Ratwatta, State Minister for Prison Management and Prisoners Rehabilitation, had tendered his resignation, acknowledging his responsibility for the incidents, unquote, and that the President had gone on to accept his resignation. Honorable Speaker, Sri Lanka is a signatory to the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, ICCPR, and the Convention Against Torture and Other Cruel, Inhuman or Degrading Treatment or Punishment, all of which clearly protect the rights of prisoners. The United Nations Standard Minimum Rules for the Treatment of Prisoners, better known as the Nelson Mandela Rules, along with the other instruments that I have already mentioned, make the individual's actions not only illegal, but call for immediate legal action against perpetrators like him. The rules also call for prisoners to be allocated to prisons closest to their homes. Under these circumstances, I would like to ask the Honorable Prime Minister and the Honourable Minister of Justice the following. 1. Given the nature of the criminal conduct of the individual concerned, not only can he no longer be the subject minister in charge of prisons and prisoners' affairs, but in fact, he should not be holding any portfolio in government and be a member of parliament itself. Accordingly, will the government ensure that he will be no longer holding any portfolios and take steps to remove him from parliament? 2. Will the government ensure that the Attorney General is unhindered in taking whatever steps that he deems fit, including the arrest of the individual concerned and prosecution under all relevant laws that have been breached? 3. Given the severe breach of security and safety of the Tamil political prisoners being held under the PTA in Anuradhapura prison, where the prison authorities failed to prevent the illegal acts, will the Honourable Minister of Justice transfer the said Tamil political prisoners to the Jaffna and Vavonia prisons in keeping with the SMR Nelson Mandela rules as a matter of urgency? 4. Given that the present government, like its predecessor, has accepted the draconian nature of the PTA, and given that none of the Tamil political prisoners would have been under custody had the said PTA been in accordance with accepted international human rights standards and good practices, will the government at least now release the PTA detainees immediately? Thank you, sir.